You want to be Sarah?
Probably should change it.
We are super high energy tonight.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
I
I just found a recipe for limbus spread.
Mmm.
I want it.
I've been little to no energy, like all fucking day, for no reason. Until I started, like, building the one-shot, and then my energy spiked, and now it's gone again. So hopefully my energy will spike when we start to play.
Hopefully my trash panda will give you serotonin.
I've been drinking Mountain Dew, so I should have energy.
And also, if you can't tell by my background, this one might be a little bit of a spooky one.
Ooh.
Just a little bit. It's not going to be like Heckna Gore spooky, because that was like horror. This is just spook.
Oh, man.
Is that, oh man, you don't want spook, or oh man, I want it to be gory?
I want the spoopy.
It'll be spooky. It just won't be, like, skin crawl shit. I'm not gonna make a, like, human heart into something you can climb inside.
Okay. Ooh, what is this one?
Excuse me.
Ooh, that.
I don't think we have any viewers yet. Probably not.
You have me.
But...
And I have you hosted as well.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. For anyone who is watching now or will be watching in the future, hello. As you can see, we do not have as many people today. We are still waiting for one more as they finish their dinner. And we've also, as I had announced in a couple other games, had a recent change of cast. Our wonderful friend who was playing Nar has decided to leave the campaign due to a few different personal issues, and we totally understand, we respect it. He's always welcome back in the game if he changes his mind, but we will be letting him leave the story to possibly return at another day. We'll see. In the meantime, tonight's episode is going to be a little bit different, as we are so low on people. We've got a couple people whose life just kind of unfurled or got away from them, and we're going to use this as an opportunity instead to allow one of the new players who will be joining to kind of step in slowly and introduce this as kind of their session 0 as they come into eventually joining along with the rest of the party. Those who you see with us now are joining as not the characters we know and love, but new characters who will be starting out this adventure with our newfound companion to eventually head off their own way and possibly be their backup characters. We'll see.
Hi!
Here's our new
Perfect timing.
player,
Oh, good.
who is not actually Helen. But we'll
No,
fix
no,
that.
I need to change that.
So those who have not played or seen us play the Septum Ortum game, this is Alteryn. And Alteryn shall be joining our new campaign, will be joining the campaign as our new character. We're finally getting a cleric.
Yes, and Shau'ri is all support. I actually had to go last night and change around a few spells to make sure I had offensive spells.
So we are going to, as soon as everyone here is ready, begin our story as this new adventuring group has now entered into the Humblewood. Are we all ready?
So I picked up D&D Beyond.
In the meantime...
Oh, I need to bring up Astral too. Don't I?
I'm almost ready.
In the meantime, does anyone have any announcements?
Outer Rim Misfits will have official merch by the end of the week.
Nice.
Yeah. So, it's probably what I'm going to be working on tomorrow is getting that uploaded to the GKC store because I'm too tired to make another storefront.
Going along with this campaign and with Outer Rim Misfits and every other campaign that we in this group play, we still have a Spotify account. So it's the GKC. If you look Gem Kingdom Chronicles, you should pop up with a bunch of D&D playlists for both our Gem Kingdom campaign and pretty much every other campaign anyone in this group is in. Tales of Idrisil, Humblewood, Outer Rim Misfits. There's a slot for Septimortem when everyone gets back up and going with that. Lost Mine of Fandelver. So if you feel like you want to understand the raw energy of some of these characters, listen to their music. You might find hints to their personalities, hints to their backstories, just some nice vibes. So check that out.
Yes.
So, anyone else have any announcements?
It's pretty mellow.
All right, then.
Okay.
After that's not the right note. Grab my notebook that I already had open. It's fine. Without further ado, let us begin.
Yeah.
Let's start by introducing our characters. We will go down the line, starting with Willow. What do we see as we look around?
What you see is a Mopok. Her fur coloration is that of a red panda. She is short, shifty looking, and she's got a bag of holding on her back that looks like it's at max capacity.
Awesome. Obsidian, what's going on there?
Well, Obsidian is an Illurin who is on a quest to explore the world. They have a wanderlust, so they gotta keep moving all the time. But aside from that, they're just the perfect companion.
What is your kitty cat's coloration, if you don't mind me asking? What do we look like?
Obsidian is black, and if you catch the light correctly, you can see sort of that the spotted leopard spots.
Ooh,
Kinda.
I love that.
Print. But it's very subtle.
Awesome.
Yes.
Shau'ri.
Shau'ri is a little streaky girl. She's a mottled owl, so she's got a gray-brown mottled spotted look down below and some brown feathers up top. She has green eyes, and she wears, I think, a robe kind of over her leather armor, in the embroidered with symbols of Gesame. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I would say Gesme, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that god. As she is a cleric of knowledge, and she has faith in Gesme, and she is blessed to be wind touched. based upon an event that happened in her childhood, and the priests of the neighboring village kind of pushed that upon her, and she took it and ran.
Awesome. Very exciting. All right. Now, you all have been traveling together in this small pack for about a week since you left the town of Honey Pond. You're sure it's been a week, but seeing as you heard about the bandit attacks that have been happening more frequently, you've decided to go off the beaten path and risk the woods. Now you've been lost for 3 days, and it's been raining all day.
Willow is holding one of her cooking pots over her head. She's walking. But it's not like a regular cooking pot, it's a fucking colander. So she's getting wet. She might have a 14 intelligence, but she's not that fucking smart.
Obsidian is covering as much of their fur as possible.
Shau'ri is just enjoying the rain.
Awesome. It has been a long day of travel, and we are slowly getting closer to dusk. Does anyone want to roll a perception check?
I am not so good at those.
Please, me please. I only have a +9, but
Only
an
a
expertise.
0.9.
I rolled a 2! Bitch! 11, bitches! It's not D&D unless Paige's first roll of the night is a natural 2.
Yeah.
Is the ritual. It is the ritual.
Amazing. Just amazing. Anyone else want to roll it?
I will guide Obsidian and give them. I will guide them first and then help them. So advantage and a d4.
Nice.
Shau'ri is all support.
Okay. 18.
18.
It would have been 15 before. So.
All right, 18 succeeds. I made the DC at 12. I was like, you literally missed it by 1, and you rolled
That's
a
too
2.
perfect.
How could you miss? It was 3 feet in front of you!
This is one of those, like, red
Listen.
versus blue. That was the worst throw ever. Of all
Not my
time.
fault. Someone put a wall in my way. Look, it takes skill to fuck up this badly, alright?
Amazing. Oh my god, I love you all so much. Alright. So, it's getting closer to dusk. You're all soaked to the bone. And Obsidian, you notice at first that as you're walking, you're starting to see what look like old carved cracked stones that have been grown over with moss and vines. As you look around, you notice what seems to be a crumbled, old, abandoned mansion deep in these woods.
Behold, there is a crumbled, abandoned mansion in these woods. Shall we investigate? Perhaps.
Oh my god.
Willow is mentally calculating all the possible treasures she can find in there. Guys, I think we hit the jackpot.
Looks like a great place to find some tinkering tools.
Please
Or things
find
to tinker with. Sure, let's have a quick look-see.
Willow darts to the mansion.
As you are walking
Trash
in,
child is intrigued.
as you're walking in, you'll notice that a lot of whatever these walls and rooms have been have just crumbled. This is ancient old. This is not even mansion. This is almost like a keep. of some kind. This is very old, and as you walk through some of these giant chunks of fallen wall and into the building, you notice, you can see the years in these old stones. A crumbled set of stairs sit before you, and the smell of the rain follows through that opening, blends with the smell of old wood and mold. Frayed tapestries still cling to the wall. As you step into the middle, as you step into the middle of what was probably once a grand room, the remaining sconces that were on the walls begin to flicker to life, as whatever enchantment was placed on them seems to still be alive. You all spin in place, following the lighting of these sconces. And as your eyes spin around the room, it seems to restore itself to its former glory, itself in a blink. The tapestries hang on clean stone walls and radiant blues and greens. A long, beautifully woven carpet strews the halls, and in the center of the room sits a table, doting. 5 goblets, all filled, just sitting there.
I would
First
like
thing
to...
Willow does is just lay face first on the carpet.
I was about to say, I would like to reach down and touch the carpet if it is under us to see if what we are seeing is an illusion or if it is real.
As Willow face plants and Shau'ri reaches the clawed hands down to feel the carpet in the ground, it's got substance. You can feel the well-woven fabric. It seems to be there.
I make carpet angels. I make carpet angels.
It's not quite a shag, so it's not hard to see.
I still try.
You still try. You are trying valiantly.
Are you okay there?
I'm good. I like this place.
How did it...
So many shiny things here.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
What magic created this?
Exactly.
You cast
The
detect
best kind of magic.
Yes. So 30 feet detect.
You cast detect magic, and it's almost blinding.
Everything's
not,
magic.
Yeah, it's. You
got those big old owl eyes with pupils all the way to the edge. Everything.
You know it's not an illusion.
My head goes all the way around.
Touch it. You know it's not an illusion because you can touch it. But this is strange. You don't know how this has happened, but you are now where there was once an open crack behind you, large, taking up most of that wall. It is fully restored. You are now inside whatever this place was before.
Perchance,
this is cool.
Perchance the illusion was that this place was not present all along.
Maybe this is what the place really looks like, and what we saw outside was an illusion.
Yes.
I mean, we walked through like the front door like normal, right?
I thought we walked through the crack in the wall. From what was just described.
Perplexing.
Yes.
I turn around and look to see if there's still a crack in the wall.
It's gone. You see wall.
I would love to make an Arcana check, but I'm trying to figure out why.
I
You
go to
touch
see if
the
my
wall.
arm passes through.
You go to touch the wall, and your hand stops. Now, there is a door in this wall, but you can feel the cold stone beneath your hand.
Very interesting.
There was a crack here.
You said there's 5 glasses.
There's 5 glasses on the table.
Are any of them full of liquid already?
Are you going to investigate them?
Since Detect Magic is up, can I get the School of Magic in the general house or mansion? And then I would also like to look at those goblets to see if they are magic and what kind of school.
I would love to say yes, but it's not really something that you've ever encountered before. It's not really a type of magic that...
Okay.
It feels like illusion, but stronger. Like a lot
Okay.
stronger.
I would like to make a perception check.
Okay. You can make a perception check, and I'll say, like, as you just go and look at the glasses, they are full, but you just don't know with what.
Oh.
I'd like to make an investigation check on the glasses.
11.
What is the liquid?
11.
Mhm.
You can make an investigation check as well if you would like, Willow.
17.
17. Okay. Let me... Alright, so just because I still have... we're going to use the icons for Gwen and Zinzi's just because we don't have new icons for
Yeah.
Willow and Obsidian on Astral. But I want you guys to see the room, so I am going to, if you guys want to open up Astral, it's on the Humblewood page.
Yeah.
And I am going to, for anyone viewing at home, switch us to the Maps Out view. So where this light is actually a giant chandelier hanging over top of the table, and you look into these glasses, and it seems to be just like a red liquid. And if you smell it, especially Willow, with your high investigation, it's very fruity. It's fruity with a hint of cinnamon.
You say it has a fruity perfume?
It
Sure.
smells like cider.
Ooh, I do love a good cider.
Obsidian's gonna take a sip.
Okay.
Hey.
It tastes like a sweet red wine.
I'm gonna follow suit and take a sip.
Okay. As Willow lifts the glass and takes a sip, it tastes like a sweet red wine. And you guys hear some footsteps echoing and coming down the hallway.
I look in that direction with my Detect Magic still up and head toward the hallway, but not in view.
Okay. You look out in that direction, and out of the next room comes a blue, almost transparent Luma walking by in what looks like servant's clothes. And she just walks past you, doesn't seem to recognize you, and continues on pat through the room into the next.
Are
All
they
while
that
carrying
same?
a candelabra in her hand.
This is some haunted mansion shit.
Does the what'd you call it, a Luma?
Yes.
Does the Luma give off that same energy as the house, that illusion but stronger?
This doesn't seem to be illusion magic.
Okay. Are they magical? Like, did they themselves give off a magical presence?
This is more of, well, you're a cleric of knowledge.
Yes.
Roll an intelligence check.
Okay, straight intelligence. That's +2. No, I would like to roll that, please. Thank you, D&D Beyond. 13 total.
13 total? Okay, yeah. You know enough to know that this is probably some sort of apparition.
Okay. Cool. We got ghosts as well as magic.
Pardon me, Luma. Young lady.
Doesn't seem to acknowledge your presence, just keeps walking down the hall.
I finished drinking my drink and then put the goblet in my bag of holding.
I kind of want to do a medicine check on you just to see if there's anything wrong.
All right, you can add one goblet to your inventory.
Yes.
I'm going to zoom out on my map so those at home can kind of see more of this mansion. So now we can see the full layout of the building.
Oh.
What would you like to do? Are we going to explore? Are we going to try and leave? Are we just chilling in this room? What do we want to do?
Obsidian is still drinking the wine and is going to look around for any other signs of, I guess life is maybe the wrong word.
I'm gonna look for more shit steal.
Make a perception check.
Why? 13. I rolled a 4.
Okay. Anyone else want to roll a perception check?
Sure.
Go ahead. Anyone who wants to. And Willow, did you say specifically you were looking for something specific? I'm trying to remember.
I was just looking for stuff to steal. Like,
Okay.
small stuff. Like, she doesn't care if it's, like, extravagant or whatever. If it's small and it can fit in her hand, she wants to take it.
Okay.
That's why she mostly collects garbage.
Nice.
All right. So we
I
have
get
a 9,
a 17.
17, and a 13.
13.
All right. So Obsidian. That's some good wine. It's very good.
It's just wine.
It's interesting. It's high. It's almost like this is probably a very expensive bottle that's just on the table. Willow, you notice that there are some nice looking trinkets just around. So
They
you
all
steal
go in the
about you steal about 5 sets of silverware, like actually silverware. And you blow out the candles first, I assume.
Yep.
But steal 2 more candlesticks.
Nice.
I take the candles as well.
And they all seem to be of high quality.
2 candles into candlesticks.
Shau'ri, as you're looking around, first you notice that on the tapestries that is hanging at the base of what this staircase is a crest. The crest looks
Definitely like to investigate the crest.
well, it's just hanging on a tapestry, so it's kind of high, so it'll be hard to like touch and investigate. But if I can get this to cooperate,
I think I have advantage on climbing.
it looks like
Ooh, that's pretty. Can I roll a history check to see if it's familiar?
this. Sure. You can roll
In
a
any
history
of my
check.
learnings? Come on, roll. Oh, you bastard! It was a 20, then it was a 2, so now it's a 4 total.
You don't know it. You don't know it. Sorry.
Damn you, D&D Beyond.
It thought about it and then shifted.
Exactly. Yep.
I do love watching the rolls, but it does that a lot, and I'm like, you motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You also, with your high perception, can hear music coming from one of the rooms.
I'll go over to. Is it a behind a doorway or behind a hallway, or
So
just an open doorway?
It's in the direction that you saw the apparition.
Oh.
And there is a doorway there.
Okay.
So if you're looking at the stairs, it's on your right.
Okay. Let's see. Stairs are.
It's kind of hard to see on the map. But so where you guys are standing now, I actually have it arranged so the table is behind you. And right in front of you is that tiny little doorway. That's actually supposed to be the stairs because this is just the map that I picked for the...
Okay, so that's... I just moved my owl. That's the stairs?
That's the stairs, yes.
Okay. So I would have been about there anyway. Yeah, I'll peek up around the stairs, but I want to make sure at least part of me is in sight to one of my other...
Okay. It's easy enough to see that it's got an open look with the landing, but that's actually not where you heard the sound coming from.
Oh, okay.
You can still go upstairs. Are you still planning to go upstairs?
No, I'm trying to investigate the sound.
Okay, so if I can move your character, the sound came
please.
from that direction.
Oh, okay.
To the right of the whole room. I should have been more specific.
Okay. Yeah, no, sorry. I was just trying to orient myself to which you were... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get across.
Okay. So long as I can still see at least one of my companions, I would like to take a couple steps into the room.
Okay. So you peek into the room, and as you step in, it's you look around, you see one, my brain completely froze. You see a gallus, which is the rooster type bird folk, playing on the piano very elegantly. You see a bunch of different species of bird folk mingling amongst each other. It looks like a cocktail party. Roll another history check for me.
All right.
I heard that as cockatiel party.
It is 100% a cockatiel party. There is a parrot in the room.
Yeah.
That is now canon.
Cocktail party because it's a rooster.
Why? Why are we making that face?
Oh no.
I rolled a 1, so it's a 3 total.
Alright.
Fuck you, D&D Beyond.
It's a history check, so that's not so bad.
You say that now, Sarah.
You are just kind of...
I'm blinded by the magic.
It's not even that. It's first off, all of these are obviously apparitions, just like the Luma before.
Okay.
But there's an energy in this room, and you just feel completely enveloped in, this is a party. This is awesome. And you just kind of find yourself rocking to the music and kind of enjoying the vibe, and you're loving it. And then one of the apparitions just walks right through you, and you realize, oh, I'm not here to them. Okay.
Oh, that's creepy. I cast Thaumaturgy on myself to increase my voice just a little bit and call into the other room. Hey guys, there's a party in here. They're all ghosty ghostses though.
Do they have cupcakes?
I look around for cupcakes.
Make an investigation check.
Love a good.
Aw. Okay, that's not too bad. 16.
16? No cupcakes, but there are cheese balls.
Again, Thaumaturgy. No cupcakes, but they got some cheese balls. You want to grab you a couple?
You see a red panda barrel through the door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Points me to the cheesiness.
I point them out.
I trash panda scamper over.
So you'll notice as you're walking around, if it's a plate or platter that's being held by an apparition, it has that same consistency they do. But if it's sitting on a table, it looks to be real.
Okay.
Is there a plate of cheese balls sitting on the table?
There's a plate of cheese balls sitting on the piano.
Oh, I was just about to head over to the piano. I guess I follow Willow to the piano.
I'm eyeing the Gallus.
It doesn't seem to notice you. He doesn't. He's a, as you look at him, you notice that he is a rooster type Gallus. Make a history check.
No, thank you.
I love that the cleric of
9.
got that one. 9?
9.
Interesting clothing. It's not something you would ever wear. Seems a bit outdated.
I start nibbling on the cheese ball, knowing full well I could probably get poisoned.
It's delicious.
These are divine.
While
I
the
look-
Gallus is... Oh, sorry.
How does the plate that the cheese balls are on look?
It looks like a shiny, almost old-fashioned, nice dinner plate. It looks like a platter that'd be put out for entertaining. Okay, there's
I'm
still like
just gonna
5 cheese balls on it.
We're gonna be walking around a while. I need food. I offer a cheese ball to Shau'ri.
Thank you. I'll grab 2, assuming there's more than 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are like 5 left, yeah.
Alright,
Okay,
so
I
now
will
there's
also
2 left.
say,
And I'll scamper over to Obsidian and offer them some as well.
Obsidian, do you accept the cheese ball?
Oh, no thanks, dear. I'm lactose intolerant. Obsidian is also still in the main room, but he's at the doorway. So
Yeah.
he's trying to get a feel for the whole vibe of the place.
Alright, make a wisdom check.
Sorry, what was that?
Make a wisdom check.
That's a
Wisdom
natural
seems
20.
Like this. Huh?
You bastard.
I'm making a sandwich. It's a natural 20.
Natural 20? This place is
Nice.
haunted as fuck. There is something eerie that's going on here that kind of puts you a little bit on edge. It's creepy. You don't know how you seem to be transported to this sort of environment from where it was before. There's strange music coming from the other room. You can hear the laughter of the conversation, but it all sounds ghostly and haunted. I would say it does not pass the vibe check.
So I'm standing behind that Gallus at the piano. Are the keys moving when they're playing?
You can see through the transparent fingers, but the keys do go up and down.
I'm going to, like, as he's playing, like, in the tune, I'm going to press an off key, like, during his tune to make his melody off to see if anything reacts.
You press the key. You see it descend. You
Mhm.
hear the melody. No one reacts like it's happening.
Okay. I think we might be in different times, but experiencing the same space.
That reminds me of a Doctor What episode.
I didn't even think of that,
What?
I promise. I swear.
Oh, that's great. That is great.
Willow blinks with confusion. What? Ni hao. Huh?
You also notice.
It
Actually,
might actually be that.
everyone make another perception check with advantage now that you guys are all like aware that something's going on.
Oh god damn it.
What are we doing?
Okay,
Perception
thank
check
god.
with advantage.
Okay. I think you're right, dear. I think it is Dr. Howe. It's a play.
Oh
13.
god.
13.
Is
Okay.
that an advantage?
With advantage, yes.
Yes. I had
Natural
11 and
That was a close one. 22.
Okay.
23.
23, 13, and 22. Wow. All right. Shau'ri, you notice
I
that
rolled as well.
it's almost echoey the way that everyone is reacting with their environment. You can almost see a disconnect with some things, but not quite. Willow and Obsidian, you can see that you can see them. But that disconnect is very strong. You also notice that despite however hard you try, you cannot understand a word that's being said. It's almost like you know that they're speaking. You can hear sound, but you cannot understand what's being said. You also notice that near the piano sits a female Corvum who seems to be the hostess of this party, and she is entertaining the group with some sort of story that you cannot understand. And standing next to her seems to be another Corvum, a gentleman who from the way he interacts with her, a husband, a boyfriend, a lover, something. And they are hosting this party. They also seem to be very affluent.
Can y'all understand what they're saying? Because I have no clue.
no, and I speak quite a few languages, and no.
After it's been pointed out, Shau'ri, you realize that it's not language that that's coming out now that they've pointed it out.
It doesn't seem to actually be a language.
Then what is it?
Perhaps it's just echoes of the past, and the language just doesn't translate or transmit or keep in the air. I'm not sure. These are all just theories anyway.
Should we look around in other parts of the mansion?
Yeah, let's take a look at some other rooms.
Okay.
I finish off the cheese balls and I put the plate in my bag.
Are you guys all in the room with the cocktail party?
I'm in the doorway.
Yeah, Obsidian didn't enter.
Okay. I'm just trying to move you guys so I know where you are and to get an idea as to where you're going.
Okay. Oh, who is who on Astral? Is
On
Gwen
Astral,
Willow?
Gwen is going to be Obsidian and Zinzi's
Okay.
is Willow.
Okay, other way around. Thank you.
So.
Also,
Go ahead.
I pocketed the plate.
Okay. All right. Where would you guys like to explore now?
Is that a doorway, like, directly south of my
Yes.
character thing?
Yes, it is.
I'll be right back, sorry.
Okay.
Willow will point to it. There's a door right over there.
All right. I will take whatever time I have left of my detect magic and take one step into the room.
Okay.
I shall follow.
As you both enter the room, the din of the cocktail party behind you abruptly ceases.
I look back. Are they all still there?
No?
That's weird. Did you notice they're all gone?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know.
Standing before you seems to be a library of some kind that's partially a study, partially a library. The walls are lined with books. There are this is like first edition shit. Like this is like Beauty and the Beast kind of a library.
Oh. Oh.
There's a fireplace in the far corner that you can just hear crackling. You can't see. You can see the glow coming from around a bookshelf that sits in the middle of the room straight ahead of you.
There's a magical glow?
You see the glow of what's probably because you can hear the crackling of a fireplace.
Oh, okay.
So the glow that you see seems to be coming from what's probably a fireplace on the other side of the bookshelf.
I see, I understand. In 30 feet, are any books magical?
As you're looking around?
Do any of them... What's that?
Do you reactivate your detect magic?
Has it been 10 minutes?
Yeah, because you guys hung out in the
Oh,
cocktail room
okay.
for a little bit.
Okay, no, I'm not going to use another spell slot. Unless y'all want to sit around for 10 minutes and let me ritual cast. In that case, I run to the nearest bookshelf and start skimming for anything that sounds godly or magical.
Make an
Like,
intelligence
I'm
check.
looking for arcana stuff, anything on the wind gods or the nature gods. You said intelligence check?
Yes.
Or did you say investigation?
Intelligence.
Intelligence check.
I look for any books that are out that have bookmarks in them.
Make an intelligence check.
Uh,
Actually, yours is
natural-
investigation.
Natural 20!
Same!
Oh my god!
All right.
Like 20 plus 2.
What's mine? What's mine? 20 plus 2!
Amazing.
I'll take a picture of it as well. Oh my god!
All right. Wow. Okay. So, first thing that you both notice is these books are completely illegible.
Aww.
Whatever effect was happening with the people in the cocktail party is what's happening in this room. It's like you want to be able to read this, just like you wanted to understand the conversation. But it's like whatever shapes are on the page are constantly shifting and there's just not anything there.
I just had an idea. What if we're experiencing someone's memory? That's why we can't hear what everyone's saying and we can't read what the books are. We just get their memory. They don't remember everything.
Sounds possible. Obsidian says from the other room.
Obsidian, while you're in the other room, you realize that once Shau'ri and Willow crossed the threshold into the next room, everything that was happening in this room has gone blank. There is nothing in here. I mean, it still looks like a sitting room. It's still nice, but the spirits, the apparitions, whatever they are, they're gone.
Okay, but to answer my question, did I find any books that have bookmarks in them?
You know the ribbons that are built into books, into like the really nice bound books? Some of them do have ribbons in them, yes.
But none that are already detached.
None that are detached from the books. They're all built into the books, but there are some that are holding spots in pages.
Because I don't like ripping stuff out of books. I just move the ribbons to different pages out of spite. I wanted bookmarks and I got denied.
This seems like the kind of home where they have like first editions and like really like overly ostentatious shit. So everything is built into the book like that.
I'm really sad that our host hasn't revealed themselves yet. I would like to thank them for this delicious wine.
I think we saw our host in the last room. It was a bit around the corner for you, but a couple of Corvums sitting next to the piano.
The ghosts?
Yeah. They seemed like they were the hosts. Ghostly hosts?
Ghost hosts?
Yes.
Imperceivable.
I will also say that despite the fact that you guys have drank the wine and eaten the food, you don't feel satisfied like you would have if you actually ate and drank. You remembered the tastes. You remember the chewing and the swallowing, but it's like there's no substance after.
Okay.
That's the dream.
The flavors
Right?
without the calories.
Yes.
That's a dream.
Uh, hmm.
Sorry, are we at 2 natural 20s right now?
Yeah.
We're at 2 natural 20s. And with that 2 natural 20s,
Let's get with 50.
those were, I will say, even though those were like a different check, you do hear what sounds like a small child talking to themselves.
Ooh, no, not a fan of that.
Oh.
Just muttering. You can't understand any of it, and it's very quiet.
Where
Does
is
it-
the sound coming from?
Exactly. Same room, different room. Through the walls.
Make it. Are you making perception checks, investigation checks?
I will make a perception. That's higher.
I will make a perception as well.
Another one.
Oh my god, me too!
That's 20 plus 4.
20 plus 9! My god, I'm taking a picture.
So, if there's someone watching at home, what we need you to do is what we call the natural 20 count. And I expect to see it written in the comments at some point. Also, I see in our chat that Evil Cereal is currently lurking. And hello! How are you?
Welcome to Shenanigans.
Alternative and I need to play together more often.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Alright, so you hear this muttering sound, and it's very childish. It's every now and then it's conversation, and then it switches to like a little tune, and you follow the sound to the other side of that bookshelf. So over like here-ish. And sitting in that chair next to the fireplace, you see a very small Corvum child writing in a little journal and singing and humming to herself.
I would like to
That
take
is
out.
a small child.
I would like to take out my pan flute and kind of create the music that they're humming, like copy them, see if there's any kind of reaction.
Okay.
I'll join in with my flute.
All right, you guys join in. Make performance checks.
I'm
Oh, boy.
proficient with the flute. I don't have one though.
Oh,
I wasn't
I'm
expecting this
proficient
in
with
this
performance.
particular.
Wait, question DM.
Yes.
Because I steal so much shit, would I have a flute on me?
High or low?
Hi.
Yes, you have a flute.
I play the flute.
I rolled a 21.
21. Okay. Also make your performance check there, Willow. Obsidian, what was your
Alright.
performance?
13?
13. Okay.
So because I'm proficient with flute, my performance goes from a +3 to a +6. 19.
19.
Okay, so I'm proficient in persuasion. Do I add something else to that?
Do you
if I'm
already
proficient
have
in the instrument?
If you are proficient with that instrument, then you have then you add your proficiency bonus if it's not already added to that stat.
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Right. So if it's already filled in, like you have a proficiency, then it's already included.
Okay. First time ever playing a musical instrument in D&D, so.
Yeah. There's a lot of little details out there.
All of us just pull out our flutes.
Yeah.
Intense flute.
Shau'ri and Willow are able to pick up the tune very quickly. Obsidian, it takes you a moment and you hit a couple wrong notes, but you are also able to eventually get that tune. It's a very childish little made-up tune, and there does not seem to be any reaction from the child. And if anyone also wants to make an intelligence check, go ahead.
Sure.
That was either a really bad laugh or I got another natural 20 laugh, and I don't know which one.
Oh!
Willow, you've decided that the song is a bop. And you are just like going to town on this flute.
Yep.
I get a 15.
15, okay.
So
Obsidian,
my
did you come
total
into
is
the
a
room?
3.
Okay. Did you come into the room, Obsidian, or are you just listening from the outside?
I'm like sort of like in the like main room, just like.
Okay,
Can
so
you-
all you can hear is that the other two are playing the flute and trying to keep along with them, which is why your roll makes sense. So you
Yep.
don't see any of the stuff that they see. But Shau'ri, you notice that this child looks a lot like the hostess from the cocktail party.
Okay. Looks like this might be the hostess's child. They look very similar.
Maybe it's the hostess when she was younger. I don't know. This tune's bopping, man.
Can you get in touch with them? Are they responding?
No. Thaumaturgy. No response.
I'm only right here. It's okay.
I thought you were like 2 rows back.
I'm a cat.
You know that thing red pandas do when they're startled? That's what Willow does.
Fine, I'll thaumaturgy to lower my voice.
I love that every single one of us did the exact same thing. We all like,
I love red pandas.
That's so cute. I would like to lean. You said the child was writing in a book.
looks like it.
I'd like to see if I can make out anything, or if it's all just that same illegible.
Make an intelligence save for me.
What?
Okay, I.
Caillou, ni hao.
Oh, even better. 20 total.
20 total? Okay. As you look over the child's shoulder, which is already an awkward position to get into because like the fireplace is right behind you and you have to scooch in. You look over her shoulder and it takes a moment and you almost get a headache as the letters on this page seem to crystallize. And you see her, it looks like she's writing about a new friend who talks to her when she's lonely.
Perhaps we're something about a new friend who talks to her. I'm sorry, say that again. Talks to her when
she's lonely.
Oh, who seems to talk to her when she's lonely.
Like an imaginary friend?
I think that's kind of what I'm gathering here. And I think this might be the child's memory that we are experiencing. Because nothing else was legible. You couldn't understand anything that was being said. None of the books make sense. But that does. Her notebook is legible. Female, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Am I? Okay. Her notebook makes sense. I can read that.
You think she was sitting here while that party was going on?
I think so, yeah.
Poor kid.
I wonder what happened to her.
Does it look like, while the ghost is holding a journal, can I look around and see if there's any book nearby that looks like it?
Make a investigation check.
Okay.
Good.
God, that was cocked roll. It was almost a 20.
It's so close.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a 13 plus 5 is 18.
18. You're scouring the room. There's a couple notebooks here and there, but not one that matches this journal. As you are investigating, however, you do hear one of those incoherent voices. It's almost like it's calling from another room. And then you see the child perk up and with the journal tucked in the arms, walk out of the room.
Follow.
Follow.
Alright.
Follow that shit.
Are they moving away from me?
So they start to go around the other side of the bookshelf into the next room, which brings back into the lobby where you guys once were.
But I can't see them coming into the lobby, right?
So because of how the bookshelves come, you're watching them as they go back around the bookshelf where you can't see, and then come around the other side of the bookshelf, and past you into the next doorway to your right.
Okay.
Like if you're looking at Astral right now, you'd probably see me coming out from the bookshelf right now.
I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah. Super helpful. I know. So Obsidian's gonna go grab another chalice of wine. Unless there's not a bottle, right?
No, there was no bottle.
Okay, then.
But
just
if you go back into the main lobby room, you realize that they've come into that same lobby from a different door.
Okay.
And where you watched the child, it looks like they were running towards the stairs, and then they disappear. As
I'm
they
gonna
enter that
go
lobby.
that way, and then up the stairs to see if I don't want them to lose. I don't want to lose my sight at all. I'm like on that child.
Okay. So you are you all following the child upstairs, or just Shau'ri?
Yes. I'm going with her.
All right.
I'll go
So
up.
you all decide to go upstairs, to the second floor.
Hi, Obsidian. Bye, Obsidian. Following child.
Which is interesting that you're following the child, but you can't actually see the child.
Wait, we can't or he can't?
You can't. Once the child entered the lobby and was heading towards that stairs, the child disappeared from your view.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you said they rounded the stairs and then
No,
disappeared.
once they entered into the center of that lobby, they disappeared, but you could tell that they were heading towards that staircase.
Okay. I'm still doing what I'm doing then.
Okay.
Mhm. Same.
Did
I
I see-
figured as much.
You guys see the ghost child before they disappeared?
You when you came in the other direction, yes, you would have seen the ghost child.
Okay. Perhaps we should try to make contact with this spirit.
That's a good idea.
Do you have any ideas on how to do that?
Let me consult my spellcasting.
Why did this map look familiar?
I have no idea.
Oh, you're right. It does.
Probably because I use a lot of if any of the games that I play, I use a lot of maps from 2-minute tabletop, and this is the same art style.
Gotcha.
Because this is a 2-minute tabletop.
Yeah, this looks very familiar.
Yeah, we did play this
Because remember the room with the heads and stuff? There's the
Yeah.
secret closet.
Yep.
The room with
I can't remember what we played this for, but I remember it.
I had a room with heads.
I think so,
yeah. See where the dragon and the stag's heads are?
Oh.
Did I use that? Oh.
I remember this map
We-
from somewhere.
Yes, we did play this, and it was either you or Brian that DM'd that one shot.
Brian DM'd it. Because
Yeah.
remember, it was
It ended
It-
with the
it was
mansion
so-
on fire.
and with the mansion on fire and a guy trying to inflame himself and go up a giant's anus.
Oh.
Oh, because
Yeah.
I wasn't part of that
The-
one. Yes. Okay. About to say, I just downloaded this today.
Both
I
of you
knew this map looked familiar.
both have 2-minute tabletop access
Yeah.
because I downloaded the bundle. So we probably have a lot of the same maps. I'm trying to log on to Astral right now.
Okay.
Okay.
No rush.
So DM,
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Speak with Dead is technically task a corpse.
Yep.
But if we had a spectral entity, could I try and cast it to speak with it?
You could
Instead?
try. Maybe
You can certainly try.
make an Arcana check.
Ooh, I'm good with those. Come on, natural 20. Oh, come on.
You still got a 22 total, dude.
I did get a 22 total. However, it was cocked on the edge of the screen, and it was like the line was right in the middle. It would have been a reroll, but it chose the 14 instead of the 20.
Yeah. You need a body for that.
Okay. Well, if I'm turning to Obsidian. Well, if we find the child's remains, I can talk to them. But I'm kind of limited without remains.
I also hope we don't. Only, because it's just so sad.
Yeah, before we continue, I think I'm just gonna go. You guys go on ahead. I'm just gonna go and chill like right here, and I'm gonna take 10 minutes and cast Invoke the Amaranth, or Amaranthine.
Okay.
Which is a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
I call upon the power of Amaranth to grant myself insight into the great rhythm that moves things. When you cast the spell, roll 2 d20s and record what you rolled for each die. Choose either attack, skill, or saving throw, and you can choose each option multiple times. For the next 24 hours, you may substitute any roll of an ally or enemy you can see within 60 feet with one of the rolls that I rolled.
Okay. So it's the Amaranthine version of Portent.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, is that from
That is specifically a Humblewood thing.
Oh.
Because the Amaranthine, for those who don't know, is what the hierarchy of the gods is called.
Oh.
Okay. I got a natural 20 and a 7.
Oh, sweet. Don't forget
I'm
those
going to make
numbers.
that... Yes. No, I have them on dice. I'm leaving them over there. I'm going to make the natural 20 an attack roll. And I'm going to make the 7 a saving throw.
Okay. So just in case, I'm pretty sure if it works the same way as Portent, you can decide to switch it out after a roll has been made.
Yes.
So if somebody ends up rolling their initiative and they rolled a 3, you can give them the 20 instead. Or if they roll an attack and they totally whiff it, you can decide, be like, no, I'm giving you the 20. Or if the enemy makes an attack and it's a natural 20, you can be like, nope, that's a 7.
Yeah. It's after the roll, but before the outcome has been determined.
Yes. So you can decide later on if you want to change it from an attack to something else. If you
this
know what
one
I'm
is a
saying.
little more kind of. This one's a little more specific.
Oh, okay.
On it. That's why I had to designate what was what, because it can only swap out those rolls.
Oh.
It's a little more specific. It's interesting. I like it. So
it's a watered down Portent, but it's still really cool.
Yeah. I mean, 3rd level spell, 24 hours. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my Pearl of Power and regain that 3rd level spell.
Okay. Is that what you?
All right, we're good.
Item?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. So, you guys are now in the main room. Now, it is dim in this room at the top of the stairs. However, as you look around, you notice that there are a lot of displays of old, even though this is still, you know that whatever you've been seeing is old. Even by those standards of that time period, there is old, almost chitinous armor on display in a couple locations. There are artifacts, weapons, vases, things like that are on display around this room that just already seem ancient.
Are there any ashtrays?
Make an investigation check.
5 plus 5 is 10.
No ashtrays, but there is what looks like a shallow dish. I want to say candy dish, but obviously not based on how old it is. That looks like it has been... It's like when you go and you see stuff that's like ancient Greek, right? But the iconography in the middle of it looks to be a giant spider. And it's just kind of tangled around. It's got like a tangled, viney border along it. It's just looks like a little bowl. Could be an ashtray.
Grab.
You now have Spider Bowl.
Spider Bowl. Spider Bowl. Spider Bowl.
Nice. So, role-playing portion, I'm going to sit back for a moment and kind of ignore what's being said because of my 10 minutes of casting in the corner.
Okay.
I'm listening, but I'm in character ignoring.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, Willow,
Huh?
might it not be wiser to make sure this house is empty before we take everything from it?
I mean, there's just ghosts here.
That we know of.
I mean, the place looked abandoned when we first got here.
That's true. And you know, I'm not one to judge. By all means, do what you will. I just
Squints.
might take caution with what we're doing.
I pulled this stunt while I was in the coalition and I'm still alive.
Yeah? What?
I even made off with this and I pull out a sending stone. I have no idea it's a sending stone. I lifted this off my captain. It's so shiny, isn't it?
It's very shiny.
I get the feeling he's gonna kill me though if he finds me with this. Apparently it's important. I don't know why.
I look up from my spellcasting for just a moment. I can tell you why tonight. And I go back.
Okay. And I put the stone back in my bag.
Well, carry on. I'm gonna keep an eye out and see if there's anything we've seen. By the way, the stairs, according to this map, are closed stairs, right? So we can't.
So it's kind of like it's spiraled up and into it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Very well.
My mind is trying to make in my head, this is almost like a castle meets a Victorian mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, cool.
But it's all like stone because it's like that old castle vibe.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I'm also editing a character for my.
Anyone else want to do anything in this room?
Just in general perception, if that's okay. I'm
Just
not.
poking the armor.
Yeah, I want to see if there's anything off or curious.
Okay. Make your investigation check, and Willow, you just poke that armor. It does not seem to react.
Looks like it's made of beetles. I was suspicious.
$25.
25?
Mhm.
Okay. You notice that a lot of the artifacts in this room. Yes, there are a lot of artifacts of, that as someone who's played my Humblewood games, that prehistoric look that Nar had.
Mm-hmm.
But most of it seems to be insectoid in terms of iconography.
Like chitin armor and.
Are we getting Kryn vibes?
Kinda. And as you inspect the bug armor, you realize it's not armor. It's a molt of a insectoid humanoid.
Interesting.
About this time, you hear Shau'ri say, "Zooty, zoot, zoot." All right, I think I'm done with that now. That was my command word for my pearl of power.
Amazing command word. So
Thank
excited
you.
for that.
And I stand up and go, "Sorry about that. I forgot to prep this last night." Anyway, we're good. Find anything interesting in here?
There's this bug armor that is actually just an exoskeleton of.
Wait,
That
what?
is so cool.
Yeah, you know how snakes shed their skin,
Can,
shrimp.
Don't like bugs.
can I make like a medicine check to see how old the molt might be?
Sure.
DC. Oh, you 6.
It's old. It is old.
I think
I
you're
know.
muted. Oh, there you go.
Oh, sorry. It sometimes just acts up. It's old.
It's just very, 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 very old.
I know where you guys live, you don't have to deal with this problem as much as me, and I'm about to deal with it again this year
Cicadas.
in excess. But we have cicadas that are fucking everywhere. And this year we have the 10-year cicadas and the 17-year cicadas, so it's gonna be loud as fuck. And the yearly one. So we have the yearly, the 10, and the 17s all coming out this year.
They actually,
Fuck.
it's really beautiful. It's just loud and consistent and obnoxious, but also it's not, I miss it a little bit.
But every year, when they come out, you get the shells that they leave behind that just stick to the walls and the logs and rocks and everything that I personally find fucking fascinating. But not everyone does.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
It's more the creepiness of them flying around that bugs me.
Mm-hmm.
Bugs me.
That's cool.
By the way,
You like what?
I can't see the map anymore because I switched to Earth, so I'm not sure.
Oh, it's probably because I put Purple Gwen instead of Yellow Gwen.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I broke it.
Nope. Can you see it now?
No.
Do. Here's what we're gonna do.
Have
Nope.
you refreshed the page?
Actually, I could try that.
Can you see
Oh,
it
those
now?
are cute little messages.
Oh yeah, that pop up on Astral. I like it.
Yeah.
Can you see okay, Gwen?
That's a good.
Ah, people have arrived.
Holy shit!
Do you
Yeah.
see it
I'm
now,
going-
Ryan?
The whole squad is here.
I'm running away from that.
Yeah, these are all friendlies. Well, grumpies.
Frumpies.
Oh, okay. So you made it an obsidian. Ha ha ha. That's actually helpful. All right. So obsidian just wasn't on the map. That's why.
I tried to
Yeah,
be
there.
sorry about that.
No, that's cool. I actually am really happy about that. All right. So you guys have seemed to have caught everything in this room. Where would you like to go now?
Can I make a perception to see if I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Right.
I'm gonna need something to smell though.
You need a what?
Ah, damn, too late. 13.
To smell.
Just gonna guide.
Oh,
It
gotcha.
didn't. But I can guide obsidian.
I would say you do. I mean, you can do it anyway.
Oh,
Take that
okay.
advantage.
I need a D4.
11 plus 2 is 13.
Ooh, 17 total.
You can hear some arguing happening
Ooh.
in the room off to here.
Ooh, perfect. That's the room that I was hoping to explore.
All right.
I hear arguing this way. And I go and, is the door closed?
All of the doors are pretty much closed.
Okay, I'll put my ear up to it to see if I can make anything out, or if it's that same unintelligible speech.
It still sounds very unintelligible and garbled.
Okay.
I'm right behind Shau'ri, and as soon as she opens the door, it's like the head stacking.
Yes.
Brady Bunch and
We Scooby Dooing this shit.
Scooby-Doo gang.
Fuck yes.
Loving all of it.
That's what you're doing. Obsidian's gonna do the same thing.
Obsidian's still near the stairs, just wondering what these two idiots are doing.
I know, if you guys are doing the Scooby-Doo thing, I would definitely like to be part of that too.
And then
Okay,
come
how tall
over
is
here.
everybody? We got to figure out who's on top, bottom, and middle.
I'll take the top. Then.
I'm only like 4'8", so I'll probably take the bottom.
Yeah, because Willow is 5 foot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, you all peek into this room, and you see it looks like a slightly younger version of the host and hostess from the cocktail party,
Oh.
having a very pointed conversation.
You don't seem happy. Ow, my neck.
Make insight
Ow.
checks, whoever wants to.
Oh, yes, please. I am good at those.
Holy shit. That's
21.
a dirty 20.
Wow, these are good insights. Obsidian?
I think it's 14. I have advantage, but I think it's only when I'm like buying stuff.
Still not bad. I would say, yeah. So, Shau'ri and Willow, you are able to notice that the woman in the cocktail lounge, the child in the library, and this woman arguing are the same woman.
Oh, Willow, you are right.
Told you it was her.
What do you mean, you're right?
Interesting. So earlier in the library, I mentioned, I think we're actually viewing a memory of the child, because I could read the book the child was writing in, but everything else was unintelligible, and she looked very similar to the hostess we saw in the cocktail party. So I thought it was the child of the hostess.
Well,
And
And I thought it was
Willow-
the hostess as a child.
exactly, and I was wrong.
I mean, children can look very similar to their parents, so you had a good theory going.
Thank you.
we can thank the hostess if we ever find her.
I mean, it looks like she's in an argument with her husband right now.
I'm not sure these are anything more than memories. Albeit at different points in time.
Yes, agreed.
So perhaps a physical hostess or a conscious hostess or a
Oh, that,
Another
yeah,
bit.
hang on.
hostess would be handy.
As you are watching this argument unfold, Willow and Shau'ri, especially watching the body language, can see that the male Corvum is very angry and frustrated, whereas the female looks very determined. It definitely looks like she's defending something, and he's upset with it.
Oh, okay.
he seems to grab a journal. This looks not like the one that you saw the child writing in, but it's obviously a journal that is important to her, and he just kind of waves it and then just kind of makes an open gesture like, why? And she just kind of points to it and is very, very pointedly trying to defend whatever it is that is upsetting him.
Willow leans to Shau'ri. I think he snooped in her diary and didn't like what he read.
Maybe he read about the friend that she wrote about when she was younger, and
That's a totally different journal, though.
Right, but maybe that friend never went away.
Maybe she has multiple journals.
That I believe is a given. Yes,
I feel like we should find these journals now.
I agree.
In the meantime, I snag a perfume bottle off a nearby table. If there is.
When Willow says this, I instantly get like that idea spark, and I take a couple steps back, and actually no, I take a couple steps in to get a better look at the journal.
Okay.
And I would like to cast Locate Object, looking for the journal.
Okay.
So 1,000 feet.
Okay.
And I'm snacking a perfume bottle.
First, make an intelligence check so that you to fully observe this journal to know if you can find this particular journal.
I'm also there.
You're just watching this all unfold. All you see obsidian
Guidance?
is very angry people arguing at each other. You don't really notice the journal. You don't really notice who's mad at who.
You see angry people arguing and a red panda stealing a perfume bottle.
I'm gonna sort of do the cat thing where
Plus
like
3.
they're looking
Okay.
around.
19 total.
19 total. You are able to to feel that particular journal out and cast Locate Object. And
Awesome.
you are getting a sense in a different room
Okay.
behind you.
Willow, that journal's this way, and I just kind of arrow to the journal. Just head there.
All
I
right.
scamper out. I'll find it.
So, looking at the map, I'm going to move Shau'ri over to where the room the journal is in. So
Yes,
you
the room,
come
because
past 2 other doors that are on the left, or I guess in your guys' mind, it's the south of the map. There are 3 doors, and you go to the one that's furthest on the left.
okay. So the book is in this room.
It's in that
According
room
to my
right
spell.
there.
Okay, Willow, it's in this room. You said you wanted to find it.
Investigation.
All right, roll investigation, and you have advantage because Shau'ri has the Locate Object.
Thank God.
But I'm not telling Willow where it is. I want her to find it.
19.
19 is the DC.
Oh
to
my
find the
Oh,
journal.
nice.
Now, Shau'ri, you have a ping. You have an exact ping as to where this journal is.
Mm-hmm.
And it is inside a wood paneling underneath one of the mounted animal faces on the wall.
Okay.
All right? So you know it's there, but you can't see where it could be. Willow starts trashing this fucking room.
That a girl.
Just throwing shit, searching through things. There's
Grabbing small objects and putting them in my bag while I'm at it.
shit flying in the air, and then
Nice.
goes
And
over
worse
to
tales.
where you saw that flash. And as she goes to rip the bust off the wall, one of the antlers clicks in her hand, and underneath that ledge pops a mini shelf, and on that shelf is sitting the journal.
Found it!
Good job, Willow. Amazing. Amazing.
I wave my tail happily. I have a big bushy tail too.
Excellent skills there, Willow.
Do you take the journal?
I take the journal and I hand it to Shau'ri.
Now, you
Thank
guys
you.
have been going around this space, and it's a very strange mix of what is real and what is not. This journal is completely legible,
I would like to read it.
and you can see just along the edges some age and decay
Okay.
that you haven't seen in anywhere else. So you open the journal and you can read it. It is in Birdfolk.
Cool. I'll read it aloud.
All right.
Full score and 20 years ago.
The general gist of this journal, because I did not write an entire fucking journal for this.
Yeah, that would have been a bit much.
I am disappointed.
I would have been concerned, Sarah.
Uh-huh.
Is that this woman has, despite the expectation in her family that she was raised with, being of such well-regarded blood, been hearing in her dreams a voice in the dark that has been offering her great boons for showing loyalty. And she has been neglecting what her family would call her familial duties, as this voice has become a friend to her, an ally, someone to offer her more power than she would have just by focusing in the family.
So a pre-warlock.
We got a baby warlock on our hands.
And
yeah.
as the journals continue, her intentions seem to be going in a darker intention than original. It's leading to more very anti-humble folk rhetoric and anti-Humblewood rhetoric. And it's slowly becoming more and more manic. It looks like whenever the journal was written, because of your intelligence you can tell, that journal wasn't complete then. It's complete now. Because in it, you do see a comment about the death of the husband and how it was foretold all along and needed to happen.
Oh.
Maybe she killed the husband.
That is definitely sounding correct.
Sounds like something a crazy woman wanting power would do.
Yeah, especially considering what we just saw that way. No.
No wonder she was talking about his death in her journal.
Make an intelligence check as you're reading through this, by the way.
Okay.
Because the manic writing is hard to decipher.
You got a 20.
No, 9.
You rolled an intelligence save. Roll an intelligence check.
See, I don't know how to do that on
So
D&D Beyond.
the save has its own section, but when you look at the top, when it just says like your con, your dex, or whatever.
Oh, you just click on those? Oh, okay. That's
Not better. I tried.
Yeah, thank you, but yeah.
I
Yeah,
tried.
no, 4.
Okay.
Can I guide myself on that one?
You could have if you did it before you rolled.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else else know bird folk and wants to try and decipher some of this writing?
I never put down what my languages were.
I only know Sylvan and Lauren.
Let me look at something real quick.
I thought bird folk was the common in Humble folk or Humblewood.
No, humble folk is the common language, I think. I don't know.
I think it is bird folk.
It is. Bird
Oh,
folk
Because
is
humble folk
common.
have their own individual languages,
Okay.
and bird folk have pretty much taken over the community. They run the council, they run the towns.
Alright, I'll try then. What do I need to roll for?
Guidance.
Intelligence, and you have a D4 of guidance because it was said.
Okay. That's a 7 so far.
That's what I originally rolled.
Hey! 11.
11 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't
Don't
get any
like
more
this.
than was before. I will say that around this point, as you're having these revelations, you hear a blood-curdling scream from one of the other rooms.
What? Where?
Do you follow
Is it male or
sound?
female?
Female.
Sorry, what did you say just before that?
Female.
No, before that.
You hear a blood-curdling scream from one of the other rooms. Are you following the sound?
First I go.
I'll go straight there.
Okay.
Unless it's just in the room that they can hear it. Because I'm in the corridor, I guess.
Obsidian, if you're in the corridor, you can hear it better. It sounds like it's 2 rooms to the right of the map that Shau'ri and Willow are in.
I would definitely go to the door. I think.
I'd have a dagger ready. And go. Creep over right behind Shau'ri.
So you said it's like 2 doors over?
2 rooms over. So the big room in the bottom middle is where it sounds like it's coming out of. The one that looks kind of like a study.
Okay. I'm gonna open the door but not go in.
Okay, you open the door and immediately there is the visage of one of those transparent servants at the doorway. You see a couple of them and they seem to be whispering to each other and looking on to something in the middle of the room. But you can't understand what's being said. Do you push through the ghosts?
Yeah, I'll enter the room by about there.
Okay.
Like
As
15
you
feet.
push through the crowd of ghosts, you see another ghostly looking body sprawled out on the floor, foaming at the mouth, very dead. It is a male Corvum.
Like there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through the other door.
Okay. You also
And then,
had that. There was also a
secret
kind of a
tunnel.
crowd gathered around there, but it's easier to
Yeah.
push through that one. And you see the same thing.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
god. Oh my fucking god, he fucking dead.
You also see.
You said foaming at the mouth, right?
You see a little around the beak, but you see like a little bit of foam in the corner of the beak. And it is
I
very
think he was
dead.
poisoned.
No offense, Willow, but I think they're all dead.
You also can see in the bottom right corner of your map is the female being consoled by a member of the staff.
I want to investigate around her.
I would say
Does
insight
she
check,
have
but
a poison bottle on her person?
Are you investigating her particularly, or just the surroundings?
Her in particular.
Okay, roll investigation.
Guidance.
Guidance! Holy
I-
fuck!
Nice.
That's a 19 plus 5 is 24 plus 3 is 27.
Okay. You
Investigate
see
the shit out of that ghost.
she is kind of leaning on the corner of the desk and also has one of the Luma servants is kind of supporting her. She has what looks like spilled wine across her sleeve, and as you look on the table next to her hand, there is 2 glasses of wine on the table. One standing upright, barely touched. The other one is flat and knocked off towards the ground.
Are these physical glasses or are they ghostly?
They are physical glasses. Anything that's not being held by one of these things is physical.
I inspect the wine.
Okay.
I try to smell for poisons and shit.
Because you rolled so high, I'll carry it over. You get a little smell of that almondy amaretto from the glass that's been knocked over.
Yep.
Which, if anyone here knows or watches too many crime documentaries, is a sure sign of poison.
Yep. Cyanide.
There was cyanide in this one.
I knew it. The
I
foam around the beak.
scamper over to look at the dead Corvum. Yep. Poison.
Which is interesting because it's a ghost and it doesn't have a smell.
What's the nearest small object to me?
Obsidian definitely twitches his tail, which says definitely poison. Ghost.
The nearest small object to you is probably
That's
like
true.
a set of
Not my thieves' tools. Fine.
glasses that look like they've been bent and twisted and are kind of like tucked under a desk, like someone lost them and never realized where they went.
I see them on my peripherals and I reach and I grab them up as I'm staring furiously at the dead Corvum ghost.
Are you trying to hide the fact that you're doing this from your friends?
No!
Cool. So you guys watch as she's like investigating and then just.
I'm a kleptomaniac, okay?
Oh, and we love you for it.
I never get to be this crazy.
It's about now.
Glasses.
It's about now that the scene that you're seeing in the room dims and dies out.
30-minute warning, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm actually. We might go a little bit longer tonight, just so that we can get through this because we're getting pretty close. And I will say that as everything dims down outside or in this room, you hear footsteps outside the room in the
foyer.
in the foyer near the stairs.
Dun 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 dun.
I'm gonna hop back out.
Okay. You watch as it looks like an even older version of that Corvum woman, with a book wrapped neatly in her arms, very poised, is heading down the stairs.
Downstairs?
Downstairs.
Man. She went that way.
Let's catch a murderer.
Do you think we should investigate the other rooms up here before we go downstairs? The ghosts don't seem to be in real time anyway.
How much time has passed since we first got here? Because we technically need to be taking a long rest.
It's been 84 years.
84 years.
It's only been about an hour or two.
Okay. Good to know.
I mean, I kind of want to know, but also I kind of want to follow.
Go ahead. I'll be right there.
We can investigate the
Okay.
rest of the place once we catch the ghost.
Obsidian is... That's a good point.
Thaumaturgy. We're coming after you, ghosts!
All right, so is everyone going down the stairs, or Obsidian? Did you decide to look around more up here?
No. After Willow says that, I'll go down.
Okay. So
I'm
you
so
all
convincing.
follow. Let me put you on the other map again. Back down to the first floor. Nope, wrong button. For those watching me fuck around with this map at home, I apologize.
Right now, I think it's just me and Paige.
Yeah.
And I hope if you guys are watching it that you're able to enjoy the music.
I step out into the outside the door, and Thaumaturgy. We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Alright. The ghost does not
Terrified jazz hands.
The ghost actually make a perception check.
Perception. Both of us? Or just her?
Both of you can.
Motherfucker! Natural 20!
Ayo!
Ah, that is 29.
Nope. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
We're on the first floor now?
You're back on the first floor.
Okay.
Willow, you're able to watch as the figure, which I'm actually going to just throw another character on here to show you. Gerald, you're being used. Actually, you know what? Galen's a Corvum. Galen is going to be used.
Galen. We're
Galen
looking at
is-
Galen's ancestors.
Oh, Slim.
You watch as this Corvin woman on a mission seems to be heading this way.
I follow that bitch.
Yeah, I follow Willow because I rolled a shit.
Okay. Obsidian, are you also following? All right. You see another set of stairs that lead down.
Ooh.
We're
And
going
Willow,
down,
because
down.
you rolled so high, you can hear she's quietly muttering to herself. It seems like this is when those manic tendencies were beginning.
Ooh.
That's the way.
This
Right,
is
and
the
as
way.
she hits the stairs, she vanishes.
Well, my compatriots.
We must travel down.
All right.
Let's do it.
I wanted to make a dirty joke, but I'm not sure if Shau'ri is dirty or not.
All
Good for
right.
you.
Here is where we're gonna be up and tight with this map.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, let's see. Obsidian? God fucking damn it! Obsidian? Shau'ri? Zinzi's Willow. You
What
find
the
yourselves
fuck?
Now, in a... It looks orange in this picture. It's not actually orange. A dimly lit cellar filled with multiple wine barrels, spider webs, whatever this space was, even in its prime, was very neglected.
Oh. You said, are there like torches that are giving off flames?
Yes, it is lit enough that you can see. It is dimly lit.
Thaumaturgy to brighten them all up.
And you do, and you can see now, this is a storage wine cellar of some kind. There are barrels lining the walls. There is a bunch of barrels in the middle. You see some pantry-like prep areas here and there. It looks like this is old storage. It is dusty. It is dirty. There are signs of insects and spiders, and it's
Are there any bottles of wine?
there's a couple in the crates.
Obsidian's gonna go grab a bottle of wine.
You know, I was thinking a very similar thing. I was going to say, since this place is so old, I bet this wine is amazing. And I was going to take a cup out of my rations kit and, like, break open a barrel, like, open the bung, and then pour a little out into my cup.
I take one cork.
Take one cork.
I hand Willow the cork that I took out of the bung.
I'm gonna take a bottle.
I will actually. So, which barrels are you trying to open?
This one that I'm in front of.
You go to pull out the cork, and you hear that hollow, empty sound as you pull the cork away.
Aw, I go knock on each one until I hear something inside.
Make a perception check.
Perception. Don't I got fucked. A 1 plus 4. 5.
Do this will be an awesome song. I'm enjoying my day. You almost forget that you're in a haunted mansion, which none of you have thought to try and leave yet.
Yeah, I'll take out probably a hammer from my carpenter's tools and like something else long from one of my other tool sets and just start.
As you're doing this,
on all of them.
Everyone else who's listening can make perception checks. I love it so much. Oh my god.
Same! That's
How
2
did
in a row!
You both rolled natural 20s together. You've both rolled natural 1s together. It was meant to be. It's kismet.
Yes.
This is great.
I'm vibing with this shit. I got my flute out and everything.
All right, so our wonderful Obsidian got an 11, and Obsidian, as you're listening to this, there are slight differentiations in tunes, but it's not anything huge. I will show. I don't know if you guys can see that this is a long room.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see it as I'm scrolling it through. There's a lot of barrels. It's a long chamber that you guys have now entered. Obsidian, I'm bringing you off of the stairs because you're not hanging out up there all day.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can see the entire map because I can see down to here.
Okay, don't go there yet. You don't see that.
I'm yeah, okay, zooming in. I can only see the orange area.
Please
Flamey
keep
bit.
it that way.
Oh yeah, dark vision's a thing. Same.
Dark vision is a thing.
Yes, and I have it, and so does Brian.
All right, so you guys didn't really notice anything as you were banging on the barrels. What else would you like to try to do down here? There's no visions or apparitions around to give you any sort of clues.
I don't know. I'm just jamming, apparently.
Okay. So you keep jamming. Are you going to continue on some of the other barrels, or are you just going to chill out on these 4?
No, I think until Obsidian does something, because I rolled a natural 1. I got to do something with it. So I'm just going to keep playing on these 4 here.
Make another perception check with disadvantage because you're jamming.
All right, disadvantage. Cool.
Same.
Perception. Oh, I can. That's cool.
Okay, that's slightly better.
With disadvantage, 19.
With disadvantage, 18.
Okay.
9 plus 9.
18 was the DC. As you're banging along, you notice that the middle 2 barrels have a much more solid sound, but more than that, as you're banging on it with the hammer, you start to notice they kind of jiggle a little bit.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
So you look
Okay.
down.
Yeah,
And
I
there
look
seems
inside
to
one of the
be-
bung holes.
So you're peeking in between the two barrels, and you
No,
see
into
behind...
one of the bungholes.
Oh, from the cork?
Yeah.
You try to pull that out, and it won't move.
Oh. Okay.
It won't move at all.
Then yeah, I'll look between.
So you look between, and you can see behind, there seems to be carving into the wall behind. It's hollow like a tunnel. And as you look down on the ground, you realize that these two barrels seem to be on wheels.
Oh.
They're movable.
Willow, you see that?
I peek my head through.
Yeah, you can see that there's a tunnel.
Secret tunnel!
You take that barrel, I'll take this one.
Okay.
Try and
You
pull them
guys are
apart?
able to slide it, and Obsidian is just watching behind you, drinking from one of the bottles of wine. It is dusty as fuck. It is aged interestingly.
For the dust, I'm going to thaumaturgy the dust away from Willow and I.
Okay. But you guys are able to move and see that there are tunnels behind these barrels.
Secret tunnel!
Just because it pisses them off, I'm going to thaumaturgy. Hey, Obsidian! We found secret tunnels!
Are you going to head down? Obsidian
it dark
just covers
down
the
there?
ears and complains.
Is it dark down there?
It is very dark down there.
I will grab a torch out and light it on the thing, use thaumaturgy to make it brighter, and then wait for the others.
Yeah, I
How
can't
long
remember.
did you wait before you did that? Because I was going to describe something first.
As we were going down,
Okay.
Yeah. Now?
Just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it.
Yeah, do your thing.
Make another perception check.
Okay.
I have a question for DM. Do Moppox have dark vision or not?
Oof.
I
8.
think so, but I can check my book. 8?
Alright.
All right, so you light your torch.
Yes.
Oh, it says dark vision on my fucking screen. I'm a fucking idiot.
Up to 60 feet.
Gotcha. I'm a fucking dumbass. It's right below my passive wisdom.
Excuse me. So yeah, I noticed nothing. I just am too busy getting light.
Yeah. Now, I have 2 important questions for you all as you start to head down this tunnel. 1, are you going to try and be stealthy?
I may have ruined that with the thaumaturgy.
You don't know. You don't know how deep this is. You don't know anything.
I'm definitely not opposed to being stealthy.
I was gonna try to, because as Mobpock, I'm a skulker.
Okay. I will follow Willow's example.
Okay. And then Obsidian, I'm assuming you're going to follow that example as well then?
Yes, I was actually going to maybe cast a spell.
Ooh.
I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
My fucking god.
Love
Dude.
that.
And is this dim light or darkness that we're gonna be passing through?
This is darkness.
You just gave me a plus 20 with advantage.
Nice.
So yeah, it's plus 10 to everyone else. I'm assuming you have
But mine's already a plus 10. I have a plus 20 with advantage because I'm
Yeah.
skulking through the darkness.
Yeah.
And,
it's considered darkness. Shau'ri does have a torchlit,
Mm-hmm.
but with the Pass Without a Trace, the magic almost seems to wrap around and bring that light in closer. So it even seems to lower that light.
Yeah, so if I knew we were doing stealthy, I wouldn't have brightened it. I can actually dim it as well, so it gets double dimmed.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's like a 2-foot light radius at this point.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And then the three of us.
The only way I could fuck this stealth up is if I roll an out one.
so
All right,
I'm
stealth
sorry, I didn't
roll.
hear you. What were you saying, Obsidian?
Oh, I was just saying that it's sort of like a bubble of darkness sort of like wraps around us,
Mm-hmm.
but like each person individually.
You said you like as you're stepping, you can. It's almost like the darkness cushions your footfalls, and makes them even quieter as you head. I love past that trace.
It's so cool.
Second question I have for you guys is marching order.
First.
Okay.
Third.
Second. Perfect.
All right.
I don't
So
know so funny for stealth. So
Oh my god.
you guys
16
start.
total.
Obsidian is invisible.
All right. So roll your stealth rolls, and you said a natural 20.
Yeah, so 33.
33. Willow.
16. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm waiting to roll mine until everyone else rolls theirs.
Gotcha. Shau'ri.
I have a 16 total after the 10 plus 10.
After
Oh,
the
okay.
plus
Alright.
After
Alright.
the plus 10.
So I have a plus 20 with advantage. That is a 33 on the first one. And a 37 on the second. 37.
You all feel pretty goddamn stealthy as you head down this hall. At some
Amazing.
point, Shau'ri, I'll say you also extinguish your torch.
Okay.
Because you all have some level of dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
sounds
and you
good.
head down into this carved cavern that has been carefully just torn out of the stone. And there's a cavern, it sounds like, to your right, and you can keep heading down towards your left, down what looks like a longer tunnel, and where that longer tunnel is seems to be a faint glow.
Why do I feel like we need to head towards the glow?
Because we probably do. But I'm also curious about the other way as well. But also glow. How far down does the glow seem to be? Like more than 30 feet?
Doesn't
At
seem
this
to be
point,
more
'cause
than
you guys
30.
are probably about here.
You keep confusing me because I think you're Sarah talking.
Yes, it's more than 30 feet.
You're
Oh, okay.
using the goofy Tahiri speaking low.
Hey, I don't get to be this chaotic.
No, I love it. I keep thinking like, is Tahiri imitating a soldier? What's happening right now?
We're gonna have so much fun!
It'll
If
be a
Tahiri
blast.
Mopok.
What do you mean when I talk like this?
What do you mean when I talk like this?
I don't do that. I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Alteran, if you haven't watched our Minds of Fandelver campaign, you really should.
Okay.
We
It's
tied
super-
people to trees and force-fed them pancakes.
Amazing.
I have to
Amazing.
DM this bunch.
It got to the point where last night, Paige had to put one of our faces on a wanted poster and picked my character simply because she decided my character committed the most war crimes.
Yes. That's amazing. I love it. I love
My
it all.
character is 15
You stuffed
years old.
5 men into barrels.
They were unconscious, and I had to get them through town. And I didn't want weird looks. I already have a wolf following me everywhere. It made sense.
That's amazing.
Have I mentioned Tahiri's patron is Gritty?
Mhm. Like the Philadelphia Flyers gritty. Like the
His
creepy
holy
orange-
symbol is a hockey helmet.
Oh, Lords.
And she thinks she's a cleric, but she is so not.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
So she casts Charm Person, and it's Crown of Madness.
It's a good thing y'all didn't keep those hobgoblins alive, because the only way to get them to talk would be use Charm Person. And I remembered you have Crown of Madness.
I love to use Sacred Flame, Eldritch Blast.
Nice. That's
Anyway, moving back into our campaign as we walk.
great.
Which way are you guys going? Are you going left or are you going right?
I feel like the weight of this answer rests on my shoulders.
Let me take it off. Let's go to the light.
Go towards the light, Shau'ri.
Is that the left or the right?
The light is towards
right.
your left.
The light is the light.
Go towards the light, Shau'ri. Go towards the light.
Go away from the light.
And I will follow Shau'ri to the light.
Alright, as you guys are heading closer and closer to that light, that's just there's almost a pulsing to that light. And you start to hear a chanting voice that starts out incoherent, like all the other voices have been, but slowly becomes more clear. As you can hear a female voice echoing through this chasm.
I think that might be our hostess.
Is she alive, though?
You know, hang on. I might have something for this.
I would like to thank her for this wand.
Where the hell is it? Oh, rethoughts here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to use one of my channel divinities to read thoughts. As an action, you can use channel divinity to choose one creature that you can see within 60 feet. That creature must make a wisdom saving throw. 15. I'm going to make it that 7. On success, you can't use this feature on it again until you finish a long rest. On a failure, you can read its surface thoughts while within 60 feet for 1 minute. During that time, you can cast Suggestion as an action without expending a spell slot.
A creature?
So, yes. It does say creature.
Okay. Which usually means it covers like all of them, but let me just double check something.
And if it's not considered a creature, I'm not going to use my save swap.
Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh! I'm good.
Send you all the coffee.
I had a sudden wave of exhaustion hit me.
Oh, I hate those.
And I can't drink coffee at night. Otherwise, I'll stay up all night.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Okay, I'll say it counts.
Yes! And I swapped that roll with the 7 that I rolled earlier.
What kind of save is it?
A wisdom save. So it's 7 plus whatever their wisdom save is.
Okay. So you're able to hear its thoughts? What else did you say it does?
For the next minute, I can hear its thoughts, and during that time, I can cast Suggestion as an action without expending a spell slot.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I saw that trait, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great.
So you dive into the mind of this creature.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need line of sight?
No, it says nothing about line of sight. It just says, oh, wait, yes. One creature I can see within 60 feet.
Okay,
So
so first
peeking around the corner?
First, you peek around the corner, and you see a ghostly figure of that Corvum woman, but she's much older, much more manic. And you peer into her mind, and it is pure madness. It is a never-ending string of barely intelligible thoughts. She's gone insane. And you are bombarded with that in your head. Make a wisdom save.
I was about to say, can I like stay silent? Do I have to? Can I roll something to stay silent? Wisdom save.
Make a wisdom save.
Oh, you bastard! You were a 19. 10.
10
Wait,
total?
do I have advantage on those? 10 total. I rolled a freaking 3. It was a 19, but it rolled over. Yeah, no, I don't think I have anything for that.
You are able to at least keep quiet, but it is terrifying
Okay,
to
yeah,
imagine
terror,
being that close
terror I'm good with.
to such insanity and evil.
I think I back up into Willow at that. Just being so frightened.
What's wrong?
Okay.
She's insane.
Like,
My eyes are so freaking wide right now.
I mean, duh, she killed her husband.
yeah, she was losing it. We saw it in all the rooms.
No, like actually insane. Oh, okay, hang on. I have a short time limit on this. Turn around. I look back at her, and I try and cast suggestion.
Okay.
And my suggestion is to let anybody that she sees in the next 5 hours leave the house.
Okay.
Just anybody she sees in the next 5 hours or 8 hours, sorry, it works up to 8. She just let's leave the house, the mansion.
Okay. 2 things. What's the save?
Wisdom 15.
And is this considered a charm effect?
I don't know where exactly I would find that. Under and D&D Beyond, under tags, it says control and social. But I don't see anything about charmed.
I know you're tired, and I really appreciate you guys hanging in. This is just like the final battle, and then we're done. Can you hear?
It may not even be a battle if my thing goes through.
Okay. So, according to a forum on D&D Beyond, creatures that cannot be charmed are immune to this effect.
Okay.
So, as you call out your suggestion, because it is verbal,
Yes.
the Corvum whips around towards you and just goes, "No! You cannot stop me! I will fix this! I will make this work for my master!" Roll initiative. As she summons...
Can I, since I'm technically still in her thoughts, can I read what work or who her master is?
Make a intelligence check, and everyone roll initiative.
Okay. I got 16 on initiative.
Okay.
No! Another natural 1!
We've lost part of Willow.
Willow, are you going to be able to make it through the combat?
I'll try my best to.
If not, and you want to bail, I can just puppet the combat for you, and because this is the end.
I'll try my best. As long as he doesn't have a lot of hit points, I think I'll be fine.
We should be fine. It's considered a hard combat on D&D Beyond's campaign encounter runner, but I've always taken that with a grain of salt.
I just need someone to stay within 5 feet of this bitch so I can get sneak attack.
Oh, that's not me.
Oh, actually, you should be good enough to have the attack because of pass without a trace.
What?
You should be successfully hidden by now, so you have pass without a trace.
I still need... I either need somebody within 5 feet, one of y'all within 5 feet of them when I attack, or I need advantage to get sneak attack.
Right.
Being hidden doesn't...
I think being hidden gives you
Being
advantage.
hidden gives you advantage, but you'd have to re-hide after every attack.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So-
she knows where you are. But hide is a
Attack, bonus action, hide.
I haven't played straight up rogues in forever. Fucking fight me.
Yeah, no, and
I
that's
think
why I'm
that's
here
what
to
this
help,
bitch is
because
trying
I
to do.
love rogues. Alright, so, 25 to 20. Also, by the way, when she first called out, she summoned 2 creatures with her, and there is a giant centipede and a giant spider behind her.
I don't see
Oh,
anything
lovely.
on the map,
Yes, I have to bring them
so
up.
I don't believe it exists.
Sorry, I'm multitasking. Where is my...
And I'm multi-comatose.
Giant spider.
I don't think any of us got a 25 to 20.
Oh, I got 14. Sorry.
You got 14? Alright. Let me put these
I
on.
got 10.
10?
Yeah.
Alright.
I got the old man's car.
Let me add... Crazy bitch. Who I did make a thing for, and I don't know where it went. So worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna pick one of these at random, and it will not look like a crow.
Nope, don't like that. Giant spider.
Sorry, my computer slowed down as it's trying to process everything that's happening. I apologize.
Mhm.
You know what? Galen, you're gonna be my bad guy again.
Bad, Galen. Bad.
Hey, at least we get to beat up one of Mitch's characters.
It's fine.
I see this as an absolute win.
Alright. Okay, so 15 to 10.
16. I'm above the.
I was 14 and Willow was 10.
Okay. So that actually makes it super easy.
Shau'ri. I was just saying your name.
And Shau'ri, what was your number again? 14?
1-6.
1-6. Obsidian was 14.
Yep.
Yes.
I got those confused.
So Shau'ri, Obsidian, Willow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let's see. Thank you for your patience.
If I'm still alive at the end of this, I'm going to cast Identify on Willow's sending stone for her.
I would hope you guys are alive after this.
They should be with all my damn healing. As long as I don't go down, we should be fine.
All right. So the first one whose turn it is, that's sad. That's fine. Is the spider's turn. So.
Oh boy. Can you put one more token on the field for reasons later? It's going to be a spiritual weapon.
Oh, yeah, I can add those at any time.
Okay.
Let's see. Gwen. How would you feel about Gwen being a giant spiritual weapon?
Sure.
Alright, we're just gonna put Gwen off in the corner and just know that
Yep.
Gwen is in fact a spiritual weapon.
Either a flail or a morning star would be appropriate. But she's a hedgehog.
Alright. So,
I like
first
flails.
is the spider's turn, and the spider is going to use its movement to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, feck.
And it sees Shau'ri the best and is going to try and hit you with its web.
Okay.
I don't think a 7 hits you.
No, thankfully.
No, it does not. It also is climbing along the side of the wall in a creepy spider fashion. But you
Of
are
course.
able to avoid getting hit by its web. And that
Awesome.
is its turn. Next up is our ghost. Our ghost is going to
Go away.
float and hover and head towards 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
Bye, crazy lady.
I need Shau'ri to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay, I'm proficient in those. 16.
Alright, so it tries to envelop you, and you feel yourself losing your senses, but you're able to shake out of it and force the ghost back out of your body as it has tried to possess you and failed.
Oh God, I was already in your mind. You don't need to be in mine. No, go away.
And it
Bad
just
plan.
kind of rears back and hisses at you. I need also everyone to make a wisdom saving throw as it hisses, and you can see this terrifying, old, angry Corvum floating in front of you.
No, you didn't roll a 1, did you? No.
8.
Okay. Obsidian?
17.
Okay. And Willow?
Hmm?
Can you roll a saving throw for me, please? Wisdom?
What kind? Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Look. It's a 19 plus 3, 22.
Damn. Alright. So, it lets out this horrendous, gasping roar in your face. And, Shau'ri, it shakes you to the core. You feel that chill run down your spine. And you are considered frightened.
Okay.
Which means that you
I
cannot
are
step
frightened.
closer to it, and any attacks that you might make while it's in your line of sight is at disadvantage.
Okay. how does that work with saving throw attacks?
If you're forcing
attacks
someone
would be a
else to make
disadvantage.
if you're forcing someone else to make a roll, they still roll normal. It's whenever you
Okay, cool.
make a attack
Okay.
that has disadvantage. And I think it's oh no, it is all. For a second I thought it was just melees, but it's all.
Yeah, all attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Shau'ri, you're terrified. She's in your face. She's right in front of you. What are you gonna do?
If she's right in front of me, I'm going to cast Word of Radiance.
Okay.
As a cantrip.
Okay.
Each creature of my choice that I can see within 5 feet must succeed on a Constitution save or take 2d6.
Every creature or every enemy?
Every creature I choose within 5 feet. So just her.
Okay.
Because nothing else is. Constitution 15.
She rolled a 14, but her modifier is 0.
Yes. My clapper turned my lamp off.
Amazing. So what type of damage is this?
Radiant damage, and she takes 5.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon at 2nd level. And I'm going to put that directly behind the crazy Corvum.
Okay.
And since I can attack with it as it comes out, I'm going to make that attack.
Go ahead.
Let's see here. Plus spellcasting modifier. Okay. Can I roll for a spell attack? How do?
It should have a plus whatever for attack roll.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Cool. 13.
13 hits.
Oh, cool.
She doesn't have a lot of AC.
Okay. So it is 6 damage. Force. 6 force damage.
Okay.
And that is my... that's my turn. I'm within 5 feet. Fuck this bitch up, Willow.
Yep. So as you just and release, you see her get hit by the radiant energy. She kind of shrieks a little bit and then get clapped on the back of the head with the spiritual weapon, and she just kind of writhes and glares and grimaces at you. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Obsidian, it is now your turn.
Shillelagh.
You just say shillelagh.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I cast Shillelagh as a bonus action, and then I'm going to move 10 feet towards the ghost.
Do you want to move your character, or do you want help?
No, I can do it.
Okay.
Sorry, I guess 15 feet. And I'm just going to whack attack.
Alright, roll to hit.
Ooh, okay. Okay, girl. I see you. 23.
23 hits.
And it is a magic attack. And it's a D8. Using this gigantic dice I have.
I have a set of those. Well, no, I had a set of those. I gave them to Ellen.
They're so cute.
I had a red set and a turquoise blue.
So that would be 7.
7? Of what type of damage?
7 magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, get back.
Okay. Willow, it is now your turn. I know it looks thin, but you can get up next to her if you want, and there are people within 5 feet.
You're surrounded, bitch. Well, there's the Gwen ghosty thing, but yeah. I get 1 attack as a rogue, and I've got a short sword out. But I'm flanking, so I would get advantage, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh god, I need it.
It's not on the stream. It's not.
That is a dirty 20.
No, it's a natural 20. I use my last dice and give you a natural 20. That's why I made that an attack roll.
Yay! Natural 20.
Roll it up.
Let me get out all the d6.
I think we're at like, what, 9? Natural? There's 3 people.
8d6 total. 66 for sneak attack, 2d6 for the short sword.
All doubled.
No, I just double dice.
Oh, so I see.
Yeah.
So
It's up to DM what I do.
yes. Well, no. How I run my game, and Alteran, you're new to this, is I don't double total damage. You can either decide to double the number on the right dice that you roll, or you can double the number of dice that you roll. I'm not that picky about which one you pick. Just pick one of those options and run with it through the game.
Got it.
16. D6. 29. 30. 31. 32, 33, 34, 35 points of piercing damage.
How do you want to take her out?
I cut off her head.
Yes.
All right. As you swing out, with
Because
your sword-
she screamed at Shau'ri, right?
Yeah. So she
He
is
screamed.
still like floating directly
So-
in his face.
Yeah, in her face. So I do the red panda. It's not nice to scream, and I slice her head off.
I love this so much.
All right. As you slice down right at her neck, she shrieks out in this echoey shriek as she disappears. Hold on, I need to do one thing real quick because she's a blend of a couple different things.
We're all gonna die of radiation.
I bonus action hide.
And I'm still concentrating on
Shillelagh.
Path Without a Trace.
Oh, right.
Shillelagh is not concentration, according to this.
I was mistaken.
No, that's all right. So +10 to hide. So +20. I'm gonna guess that Willow is hidden.
And if there is dim light, it's with advantage. Let's see. That's 24 and a 31.
You just sort of like appear. It's not nice to scream at people.
All right, so I need everyone to roll me a Constitution save as the shriek echoes and she dissipates into mist.
22,
Hey.
bitch.
Same.
Hey!
19 plus 3.
19 plus 3.
Hey.
Hey!
We are dice twins. Shit.
We are.
And
10.
Oh, obsidian.
Okay.
but that's okay because I'm at full health and
I woke back up and apparently I killed the BBEG.
So as she fades into mist, you all start to feel this hollow sucking feeling in your chest. Shau'ri and Willow, it's not as strong for you as it is for Obsidian. Obsidian, you take the full 8 points of necrotic damage, where Shau'ri and Willow take 4.
Obsidian starts yakking like a cat who has a hairball.
I also need everyone to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Hey, 23.
Oh, shitty. Dice.
13.
14.
14, 13, and 23.
Hi, Jerome.
Go
We're almost done. We love you.
He can't hear you. I got you on my headphones.
Oh, okay.
But
What's up?
yeah, so as she dissipates, who had the 13? Okay.
14.
13, 14,
I
and
had a
23.
13.
Alright, so actually it would be both Willow and Obsidian. You all are hit with this image of this giant, angry looking, spider-like creature. As it just roars out and hits you in as a blast in your head. Willow and Obsidian, it kind of shocks and stuns you for a moment. Shau'ri, you're able to shake that off. So you two are just stunned for 1 round. That's it.
Okay.
So that means we can't do anything on the round.
I'll say just till the end of this round, because this is my own flair into this, not an actual monster thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, we can't move, and we can only speak falteringly. We fail strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against us have advantage.
But I tried to bonus action high.
Yeah, roll it, because you did
I
say
did.
that
I did roll it. I got a 24 and a 31.
Okay, you feel pretty hidden.
Yeah. Because I assume it's just dim light down here.
Do I need to
Yeah.
make a con? Do I need to make a con save?
You guys are.
Oh yeah, for the pass without trace.
Because I took damage.
Oh, yes.
Knock 10 off that roll. That's a fail face.
What'd you get?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, con save.
Yeah.
It's 8.
No, sorry, it has to be 10 or the
Plus.
half of the amount of the damage you took, whichever is higher. So 10 is always the
Higher.
base number.
Yeah. So, it's minus 10 from your from your hide, but you still 21 is still really high.
All right, so it is now the giant centipede's turn. The giant centipede is going to use its whole 30 movement, because giant centipedes are not as effective as you would think, to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then 5, 10, 15, 20. And we'll say it's just like it doesn't quite want to get underneath a spiritual weapon. It doesn't trust it, but it can't do anything else. It is now.
Wait, is the spiritual weapon one of ours or?
It's mine.
It's
Okay,
Shau'ri's.
good to know. Good to know.
Sorry, Sarah, can you zoom in on the map? Do you mind?
Once I finish getting rid of our ghost.
Okay. Later, Galen.
All right, is it zoomed in for you?
No.
Okay, I zoomed in on the mine, but if you just scroll, if you like you would scroll up or down.
I see. I got you.
Yeah.
If I pinch out on mine, because I have. Oh wait, hold on. No, I fucked up.
It's fine. There's just a random orange line now. We accept it and move on.
Nope.
It exists. Alright, now it is the giant spider's turn. The giant spider is going to climb up along the ceiling.
Nope, don't like that.
It's a spider, it's what they do. And
Oh,
it's going to 5, 10, because it can't see Zinzi's, and go for Obsidian. And it climbs up and up over the walls, and Obsidian, it's going to come down and try to bite down on your head. Let's see. Does a 16
Nope.
hit?
Oh, yeah, that does.
16?
Yep.
Okay. You take...
Nah. It was a very good match.
4 piercing damage, and please make a Constitution save for me.
You said 4?
4 piercing damage, and then a Constitution save.
Okay. 4 damage. The Constitution save is a 10.
That would not be successful.
Okay.
And what
As
happened to Alteran?
I had nothing to do with that. I'm going to cast Absorb Elements as a reaction. If this is... Oh, never mind. It's only acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder.
Yeah, it wouldn't be affected by this. Alright, so you take...
4 damage is fine.
That rolled really high.
I'll be right back. But I'm here. I can hear you.
13 points of poison damage.
Oh, 13? Okay.
Yeah.
So 17 total?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to message Alteran before we continue to see what just happened.
Mm. I like keep falling asleep. Try my best not to fall asleep, but I keep falling.
You're okay.
Mm.
I don't know what happened to Alteran.
I was asleep during that.
I just looked up and noticed that he was gone.
Mm-hmm. Maybe internet went out.
Maybe. Alright, well, we don't have an Alteran right this second, but I guess we can just come back, because it would be Alteran's turn.
You just come back to that.
Yeah, because I want us to be able to keep going. don't know what happened. Yeah. Obsidian, are you there?
Everyone's gone.
Okay, Alteran lost internet. He's trying to come back.
Okay.
Obsidian! We're jumping to your turn! Willow, do you want to take your turn and then we'll jump back to those two?
Sure. Am I still stunned?
No. No, it would only
Okay.
have affected you guys if these guys had attacked you.
Okay. Does a spiritual weapon count as an enemy towards my enemy?
No, technically they don't because it's really an
Alright.
inanimate object.
Well, thank God that I'm hidden then.
Yes.
That means I get advantage against the giant centipede.
Which means you still get sneak attack if it comes back. Hey, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, am I here?
You're here. You're here. Willow's. We skipped over you and Obsidian. Willow's finishing a turn, and then we'll come back to you.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, it happens.
Okay, 18 plus 7. I just need a... Alright, I rolled 18 twice, plus 7 is I hit, I assume, the giant centipede. Alright, so...
This thing is despite its name, giant centipedes are a 1/4 challenge rating.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So that is 7 points of piercing damage to start, plus 3, 6, 8 more piercing damage, so...
Oh, you demolished this thing.
Yeah, I cut its head off too.
Yeah, it takes you a minute to saw through the
All that
carapace,
chitin.
but you are capable of doing
Alright.
so.
I bonus action hide again.
Okay.
Wait,
Right. We're gonna
something
jump
else?
back over to Shau'ri
Right.
into
Um,
your turn.
That's a 28 for myself.
Okay.
How high off the floor is the spider?
It's close enough that it just bit onto Obsidian's head and is now lingering there.
Okay.
So reachable.
Oh, but that one. Okay. Well, the reason I asked actually doesn't matter anymore because the centipede's dead. So I will send my spiritual weapon up to attack it.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find that right quick. That should be here, but oh, there it is. 13. Does a
For
13 hit a giant spider?
13 just misses.
Okay. Well, then I will make a wisdom save, 15, as I toll the dead.
Ooh, wisdom. They are not the most wise.
Yeah.
It's a 15 on the dice.
I'm glad you're still with us, babe.
Oof.
I am so
All
sorry
right.
that I have destroyed
No,
your
that's
plans.
fine. No, it's really fine. I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away. And I'm going to move my spiritual weapon to here.
Okay. Ta-da.
That's my turn.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to jump back into Obsidian's turn.
Hello.
Ow.
I'm no longer stunned, yes?
Yeah, the stun wore off very quickly.
I was gonna cast a spell, but then not Helen.
Shau'ri?
Shau'ri, moved away. So I'm going to cast I don't need to cast Shalel. I'm just gonna attack because Shalel is still up.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'll cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay. So roll your attack.
Ooh, okay. All right. 26.
26.
26.
26 is gonna hit.
Yay. Ooh, and I rolled an 8 plus 4. 12.
12 points of damage?
Ah.
Ooh. That took a decent chunk out of him.
Magical bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
And then I healed 8.
You healed 8 points? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I love that healing word. So Obsidian is gonna stay underneath the spider, but like he's gonna hold his quarterstaff like he's about to hit a pinata.
Okay.
After he struck the pinata. And you know how cats, like when they're like stalking prey, have like the twitchy tail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Full effect.
Nice.
Amazing.
Unlike knowingly, just like
Alright. Okay, so now we are back to the spider's turn since we had skipped ahead with Willow's.
Mm.
And the spider gets its web back and is going to try and restrain it's going to try and restrain Obsidian.
shocking.
You're right there, you just hit him, he's pissed. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You are now considered restrained by his webbing. To break out of it, you will have to make a action DC 12 strength check to try and bust out of it.
Okay.
But you are now entangled in the web. And it's going to crawl along the wall. So it kind of goes up over where Obsidian is and is now in between the two of you.
All right.
Still up in the
All right.
air.
Not a fan.
Kind of wish I went a little more offensively with my spells here.
Alright, we are now back to Shau'ri since we are
All right.
back into a normal routine here.
I see Obsidian get webbed, and I cast Bless on Obsidian, Willow, and myself. So that's a D4 to all attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move my spiritual weapon there. do the attacky attacks.
Okay.
where
Roll
is
to
my
whack.
spiritual weapon? There it is. I did not whack. 9. 9!
9 does not whack. No.
Man, D&D Beyond is rolling really low for me. I mean, it rolled a couple really good ones, but it's rolling really low.
It does. Sometimes it has a hard time with like the little. It's weird.
Yeah. So that's it. You're blessed, and I missed.
Yay.
Am I still considered frightened since the
Roll.
creature
Oh
is
yes.
dead?
Yeah. Sorry. We've hit
Okay.
2 turns, so roll me 2 saves. Oh, actually, no, it's gone. You are no longer considered frightened.
Okay, cool.
All right. And if that is your turn, Shau'ri?
Yes, it is. And what the hell, D&D Beyond? You don't have a condition for being blessed. That's so rude.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yes, that's it.
Okay, then we are back to Obsidian's turn.
P.S. Let's see here. Obsidian is sort of just gonna put like 2 fingers up to his lips. Because his shillelagh is like covered in it, and he is like half covered in web. And he's going to whisper light as a beam of moonbeam illuminates the spider.
All right.
It is a silvery beam of pale light that shines down in a 5-foot 5-foot radius. So it completely encompasses. You know what? I'm gonna have it encompass me and the spider.
Because he's still
So it
standing
also-
a little bit above you, yeah.
But also, so it'll burn the web away too.
Okay, all right. What is the save?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, what's the DC?
15.
Yeah,
Hilariously, I don't make it.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. So then, all of us, including the web, which I assume doesn't get a Constitution saving throw, take 17 radiant damage.
Yeah, it'll say that'll burn off the web. And you said 17?
Yeah.
How do you like to kill the spider?
I would very much like the moonbeam to sort of like I want the spider to be like or like hiss, and like slowly its legs and like thorax and exoskeleton start disintegrating, and then it just becomes a ball of white light and then just evaporates
Okay.
as the web does the same thing. And my fur is tinted white from the moonbeam.
All right.
Ooh, actually, so I think my spots will now be white because of that.
Cool.
So with the final beam of light hitting your final enemy here, you all watch as it just hisses and writhes and curls up the way spiders do when they die. And we are out of combat.
Nice.
Persistent.
As
I
the battle
Go ahead.
dies down and you look around, The glow from that magic circle in the middle of the ground fades completely.
Ooh.
And you are left in the dark of the tunnel.
Except for the moonlight, which is so
Except for the moonlight.
I'm gonna move that moonlight because I can, to sort of just move through the cavern into the area,
Okay.
so that we can get like a nice view of like what's in the area.
Okay.
Is there anything worth grabbing, stealing, taking?
As you are looking around this space, some of the candles that seemed to be full size and lit and glowing now appear to be maybe an inch tall piles of wax on the ground, long dead. That beautiful but terrifying magic circle is cracked and old and destroyed on the ground. It seems like whatever kept its luster has faded and disappeared as well.
Is the wine okay?
Do you try your wine?
I'm gonna look at my wine again, and then I'll take a sip of the open bottle.
It is hella skunked.
Oh no!
Oh,
This is old ass wine.
I check all the shit that I stole.
Spit take.
It's still there, but a lot of that luster is gone. This is older. This is a bit more dinged. Maybe if you could find someone who could restore or polish.
No. It got perfect with age. Remember, this girl loves trash.
And that's what you find.
Cool.
It got better.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we should probably rest.
yeah. Actually, does anybody need some healing?
I could use some, but I can also heal myself if needed.
I think I can sleep it off.
Okay. I was gonna aura of vitality, but that works.
It's for you.
What does Aura Vitality do?
Let me bring it up. Healing energy radiates from you in an aura of 30 foot. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including you, to regain 2d6 health hit points. So I have a minute, basically 10 rounds of free healing.
Oh,
Do 10 free heals.
They-
Well, for a third level spell slot. Not free, but
okay.
I think that would heal us all back up.
yeah, I think that would get us all back to
Yeah.
max. So yeah, I'm gonna burn that third level spell.
It would save me a few spell slots as well.
So
Then I
I'll
can-
take the next minute and heal everybody up.
Okay.
Thank you, Shau'ri.
You're welcome.
As this is also the end of the combat and would be the end of the day, if you don't feel like rolling that, it's totally fine. We can say you guys take the minute to rest. You leave the caverns, you leave the cellar, and you come up to what you remember being this grand castle-like manor, and it's back to being crumbled. It's deep into the night. There's parts of the roof where the rain is leaking in, but there are some places that are safe enough from the wet and cold that you can possibly create shelter.
Is there a fireplace available?
There's no
Is that-
fireplace, but there's enough spots where the vines and branches are dry that you can make a fire pit.
Okay, so the library is no longer valid.
If you want to go stand where where that library was, you can go.
Yeah, well, wherever the closest place that's dry-ish, and we could start.
Obsidian, that's back downstairs. That's dry.
I don't like the water.
So you guys do go into where the library once was, and it is much more overgrown. A tree has come through. There's a soft bed of moss coming through that's got the gentle trickling of the rain falling onto it and nourishing the plants that are now growing there. There are some remnants of books, but there's not really anything that's salvageable. There is the shape of what was once a fireplace that is in a spot that is relatively protected, and you can use it. You're just going to have to clear out some of the grass that has grown in it first, or just burn it.
I'll use Druidcraft to expand the moss in an area that we can just lay down on the moss and sleep on it.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will bid
Hell yeah.
Willow and Shau'ri a good evening and crash.
All right. You all take a nice long rest.
Technically, I would have cast Invoke the Amaranth again. That's going to be my bedtime ritual.
Okay.
Because it lasts for 24 hours.
Okay.
And it's a 3rd level spell.
All right. You guys all rest. And it was a long fucking night. And you all passed the fuck out. Only to be woken by the sound of a snapping twig. Shau'ri, the next morning. And as you go, huh? You see a lingering traveling bandit go, shit, they're waking up! And whack you in the face with the back of their weapon, and you go unconscious. And that
Nice,
is where we
I
will
like
leave
that.
Shau'ri for the night.
I love it. I love it. I'm so glad I cast that
It
last spell.
found me!
So,
Oh.
we'll say that Willow snuck off in the middle of the night when she woke up, so she wasn't there. Obsidian
Shit.
too, leaving
Oh, that was great.
Shau'ri recovering, happily curled up, and then very unconscious.
Oh, yeah. Very unconscious.
I'm gonna just, for canon's sake, Obsidian heard the bandits coming but couldn't wake Shau'ri and is kind of like watching from afar.
Okay.
Nice.
Willow booked it. She can't get caught by the bandits.
Peace, bitches, I'm out.
I can't go back to jail!
Well, I hope you guys
Oh.
had fun.
Oh, that was a
Yes, I'm
blast.
sorry that I passed out.
No, you're good. We usually only
It's
go
super
till
late for you.
midnight, so the fact that you lasted this long is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we are
Mhm.
very, very excited to have you join this campaign. And I've
Me
talked to
too.
these two. The idea of starting at 5 and just making it a 2-hour stream every night seems to be okay.
5?
or-
It keeps getting earlier. What the heck?
No, sorry. 10.
7?
So it's
10.
my
Okay.
10 o'clock. My 10 o'clock is your 7.
Okay.
So then
Okay.
it'll end up being a 2-hour long game instead of a 3-hour long every other Monday, which is
Okay.
totally fine.
I can see if I can sneak off maybe another 15 minutes early, like 5:45, and maybe we can start at 6:30. That way, there's a little bit less of an interruption to schedule.
Okay. Keep us informed.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, even that's a decent chunk of gameplay, and we all end
Yeah.
up pretty tired anyway. So it's just a fun little thing to do, and
Yes.
we love to have you in the game. And I hope
Thank you.
I will tell you guys, all of
okay.
this that has occurred is canon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Good, because I was just figuring out who Shau'ri was during this, and I like it.
yeah, this is completely canon. This is Shau'ri's session 0. So everything
Brilliant.
that's happened in here, like, if you kept that journal, put it in your inventory. Like,
Hell yes. Cursed journal.
mysterious Corvum journal.
Okay, cool.
So, some fun little shit I decided to throw at you guys. I hope you had fun.
Awesome.
I know a lot
Yeah.
of us are tired, including myself. I gotta work in the morning. So, if you decided to stick it out and you're still watching us, Thank you so much. I realized I did not press the record button, so I really hope this is getting recorded onto Twitch.
It will be recorded onto Twitch. You just have to look at Video Producer and you can export the video.
It wasn't last time, but I didn't flip that one switch. This time I had flipped it, so I'm hoping it worked.
Yeah.
So, we will see.
Yeah.
If not, I'll bother you to see if I mess something up. And then if it is something we actually recorded, then it'll be on YouTube soon. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had as wonderful a time as we did. Don't forget to join our numerous campaigns with Outer Rim Misfits on Wednesdays, Tales of Idrisil on Thursdays, Gem Kingdom on Fridays. Septum will be coming back on Saturdays, and Lost Mines of Phandelver on Sundays. And following Monday will be Pandora. We're busy.
I think we absolutely need a name for our group, like the Chaos Crew or the Chaos Kids or the.
Yeah, we just need another.
Let chaos reign!
We're all on live, by the way. That's going to be on the internet for a while.
Yep.
Good.
I love all of you guys. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.